It's your boy back on it with another video. Just sitting here munching on my ramen in a food hack. The 4 meats in that with the spices that I added in the seasoning. Ooh, that is fire, son. I'm gonna take an entire bag of Wither's Original Chewy Caramels. I unwrapped all of them in the pack. Wrapper free, stick them in the jar. I'm gonna make this happen, Captain. Take our pure cane sugar. Need about 2 cups of that. So I did an entire bag of these chewy caramel candies. 2 cups of sugar, and then about drain the box. We're gonna need some local and unfiltered honey. You know, while I'm making some apple silk mead, I'm going to be drinking a Bud Light. Making/drinking alcohol for 21 and up. Pour the entire thing of honey into the jar with the caramels and the sugar. If there's any excess in there, I'll just take a little bit of water and swish it around the bottle and clean out as much as we can. Just honey and sugar, and you know, I try to like dissolve it a little bit in the apple juice. And now, have I made homemade hooch before? Yes, I have. And the juice we're going to make it out of is Mott's 100% apple juice. So you know it's the good shit. I can't remember the last time I fucking made a batch of mead, you know, and I've been wanting to make one for ages. But that Halloween batch that I did last year was so terrible, I was just like, ugh. It's just a little bit of water right there to that point. Just so we don't waste any of the honey that we're using for our mead. Go ahead and dump that in there. It's pretty cleaned out, you know, that locals, raw and unfiltered honey is where it's at. Wither's Original Caramel Chewy Candies. I'm going to pour just a little bit in the bottom so we can dissolve the sugar and the honey, you know. I mean, making homemade wine is pretty basic shit, you know. Now, this spoon has seen every batch of mead that I've made. Yeah, after about fucking 12 days of this shit, you want to filter out the apples and stuff. Now, let's be discreet about this, of course, but here's the thing of it. My autistic ass is not responsible if you get grounded because your ass gets caught making homemade hooch. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very cheap and easy way to make homemade alcohol. That's why I'm doing it, and I haven't made a jar of mead in quite some time, and mead is basically honey wine. So it's all coming together pretty smoothly. Stickers are off. Wash my fingers. And I cut them in half until like, you know, like that. And just drop them into the jar, and we're going to do that with both of these apples. We're going to cut them in half. Oh, just like that. Beautiful. I'm going to cut these little slices into easier to manage chunks. Now, when you're making homemade alcohol, it's important that you want to give your yeast a healthy, you know, say, an environment to breathe. I mean, you see me making it here, you know, la-di-da. Let's add some more of that Mott's 100% juice. The apple in this mead will give the yeast a proper send-off, it will. And, yeah, do make homemade alcohol at your own fucking convenience. Yeah, let's crack open another Mott's. To make for a nice base for some apple silk mead. You see the caramels and the sugar and the honey at the bottom. Enjoying some of the delicious ramen food hack I had earlier that I did. It's fucking bloody good. It's got 4 meats. Yeah, it's delicious. This is some of the yeast my YouTube fans have sent me. I've made wine before, so I know what I'm doing to a point. And I'm gonna pour this, a little scoop of this 18%. Just enough. Just a fucking enough. Yeah, that should do it. Here comes a lot of people's favorite fucking parts, you know. Pouring that yeast right into our homemade mead jar. Look at that. Now the idea, YouTube, after we do this and we get it all jarred up, ready to go, we're gonna let this mead rest for 12 to 13 days to allow the fruit and the juice and everything to just do its thing. Then allow the caramels to melt. See, I left a little bit of room at the top for it to burp a little bit, you know, I didn't like completely fill it. And we have officially 1 jar of apple silk mead being brewed. Making your own homemade wine is fun, rewarding, but it is for 21 and up. And YouTube, I'm not responsible if your ass gets caught trying to make some hooch when you're not old enough to drink, you dig? On top of that, you can also get severely sick from making this. I've never gotten sick off a single batch that I've tried, so I'm pretty happy with that. Fucking beautiful, YouTube. We got ourselves a jar of fucking mead, yeah? Celebrate getting the YouTube channel back, slaying trolls, slaying sickos, you know, just doing our thing, man. And, yeah, I'll drink to that. Making your own alcohol is not that time consuming, but that's how you make some goddamn apple silk mead. It's a honey apple mead. Mead is basically honey and wine. It's a honey wine. Pretty easy to make, pretty straightforward.